Hello Pilates Body subscribers, thank you so much for being here today to work out with me. I've got an amazing mat Pilates for stiff backs class for you. This is about 30 minutes. We are gonna flow, we are gonna move, we are gonna really focus on articulating the spine, and everything is just gonna be so juicy. So by the end of this workout, your back is gonna feel so limber and so amazing. You know, when we wake up in the morning or at the end of the day, we can feel stiff and kind of rigid. So this is gonna kind of smooth everything out and help you feel really fluid and really mobile in your spine. Let's begin. Find yourself in tabletop, all fours, hands and knees on your mat. Just gonna really start with some nice gentle movement here. It begins with the breathing. Take a big breath in through your nose and a big breath out. Empty completely. Big breath in and big breath out. One more big breath in and big breath out. Now just a little gentle movement as you inhale. Gently lift your tail up, just rocking through your pelvis. We call these pelvic rocks. And then exhale, just a little curl of the tail drawing down. Nothing else is moving here. Inhale, going into a little pelvic extension. And then exhale, tucking the tail, slightly curling under like a sad puppy. So just really small movements here. Let's do that one more time. And exhale. Now let's take it into a nice flat back, neutral pelvis. And then just go ahead and sway the hips side to side, putting just a little bit more weight into your right knee and under your left knee. Almost feels just like you're wagging your tail a little bit here, trying to keep those shoulders nice and steady over the wrist, so it's just those hips going to the right and to the left one more time. Bring it back to neutral position. Let's find some scapular retractions here. So you're just gonna kind of drop the chest down to the floor. Feel the shoulder blades kind of sinking back in together. Now push the floor away and feel the stretch across your shoulder blades through the top. Sink down through the shoulder blades. Feel the chest dropping and then push through the upper back. Push the floor away. Let's do that one more time. Sinking down and pushing away. Again, try not to lock those elbows out, so keep that slight bend and return it back to neutral position. Now coming into a sternum initiated cat and cow here. So you're gonna start to lead with your chest and your sternum, lifting your tail ever so slightly, lifting your chest a little bit more, and then we lead from the sternum, we pull the rib cage up, and we find that nice rounded cat back. Now you're gonna see that I'm really pushing those shoulder blades up towards the sky here. And I'm really focusing on leading from the sternum as the chest begins to puff out and the shoulders drop back. Let's do that one more time, initiating the movement from the sternum. Where we initiate this movement from completely changes the feel of the exercise. Last cow here. Now we're gonna start to roll the hips like we did our pelvic rocks earlier and initiate the cat from the pelvis. You're gonna notice your pubic bones pulling up. You're feeling a lot more lift from those lower abs. Now initiate the movement from your pelvis as you move into cow. Exhale, really rolling those hips. Ooh, that feels good on the lower back. And inhale, initiating back to cow. Let's take it one more time through, rounding out into your cat, initiating the pelvis. Now really tuck the chin, think nose to knees, and then inhale, rolling into your deepest cow stretch. Tip the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And now meet me in neutral position here. Tuck your toes under. We're gonna lift our hips and find a downward dog. Now what I want you to think about is keeping a nice deep bend in your downward dog and really send those shoulders back towards your knees. Think like trying to press your knees and your shoulders together. And then let's add a little heel releve and then exhale, drop back. Heel releve and then exhale, drop back. Let's do that one more time and drop back. really sinking down, bending those knees deeply. Now we're going to lift our head, gaze forward, shoulders are going to start to move forward over your wrists, and begin to walk your hands, or your feet to your hands rather, towards the top of your mat. Feet about hip width distance apart, so we're in this nice, gentle, easy forward fold here. And just breathe in and out. We're going to wrap our hands behind the backs of our knees, grabbing opposite elbows, a soft bend in your knees, and then really pull up. Pull your belly in, really trying to curl your tail under. Feel that deep stretch in the lumbar spine. And then go ahead and release it, belly back to thighs, and do that again. Pulling, hang on tight to those wrists, tuck the belly button in, and then go ahead and release it and come all the way down into a nice crouch and curl where you sink your bottom towards your heels. Now tuck your chin to your chest and fold your nose in between your knees. And now straighten out your legs, feeling that big stretch back into the hamstrings, and we're going to slowly begin to stack the spine all the way up to the sky. Standing with your feet about hip width distance apart here. We're going to do some nice standing spinal rolls, bringing your arms over to your right. Chin's going to gently drop towards your chest. We're just going to roll down the side, hands grazing outside your right leg, and then slowly coming back up. Repositioning back to center with a slight rotation to your left. Head bows down, rolling down through that outside of the left leg and rolling the spine back up. Take a big inhale, reach your arms overhead, interlace those fingers, stretching up nice and tall, pressing your palms to the ceiling. Let's take a nice tick-tock stretch over to your right. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale, stretching up to center, and exhale over to the left. So you'll notice we're starting nice and slow here, really getting some mobility. Now take this tick-tock to your right. Now jet those hips out to the left. Really feel that length. Pull your hips back over your heels, stacking the spine back up. Exhale into that side reach first, and then finish the exhale as you jet those hips to the right. Oh my goodness, big lateral movement, and we come all the way back up to center, and exhale those hands down to your sides. We're ready to make our way to our mat. So go ahead and step to the top edge. We're gonna do a little cross of the ankles here. Go ahead and bring your hands into a box. We're gonna do a little genie squat down. Testing our ankle, knee, and hip mobility there as we take a seat. You're gonna make your way all the way down to your back. Knees come up to tabletop, and we're ready to finish our warm-up for the 100. Deep breath in. Exhale, we find our head nod and curl. Extend those legs out nice and long, and we're gonna pump strong. Vigorous arm pumps as we breathe in for 5 and out for 5. In for 5 and out for 5. Really try to challenge your curl up. Feel your sternum drawing in. In for 5 and out for 5. Squeezing those glutes and inner thighs together. We've got 2 more breaths. If you ever need to take your legs up, go ahead and make those adjustments. You can always return back to tabletop. Last one. And exhale. Knees curl to your chest as your head goes down. Just a little gentle knee rocking side to side here, a little sacrum massage. And now let's go into knee circles. So we're gonna pull those knees up to the chest. Go ahead and pull them wide, around and back together. Let's do 3 in this direction, wide, around and back together. Last one. Ooh, that feels pretty good on the hips as well. Now we're gonna do 3 in reverse. Knees push forward, they open, they come around and tuck back in. 2 more, open, come around and tuck back in. Last one, tuck it back in. Feet are gonna go down to your mat here. We are gonna begin to move into our spinal articulation. We're starting with pelvic rocking in a reclined position now. So you're just gonna rock in, so just your bottom starts to come off the mat. We should feel pretty heavy on our tailbone here. And then go ahead and slowly release back down to neutral. And you're gonna come off your bottom. So again, it starts really small, but it just starts to get a little bit bigger as now we lift off the tailbone. and then roll it back down to neutral. Now again, inch off the bottom, off the tailbone, off the sacrum, but not the lower back just yet, and releasing back to neutral. Now again, we're just inching up a little bit further each time. So now we're trying to work towards the waistband. So just slightly off the lumbar spine, but not quite all the way, and releasing back down. Now we're gonna take it off the lumbar spine. So think about where your lower ribs are. We wanna stop there and keep that connection into the mat and releasing it all the way back down. Ooh, I'm already feeling better already. Starting to take it up to that lower rib connection. A little bit of mid-back lifting now, and all the way back to neutral. Each one's just coming a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further. I'm already starting to feel this just massive release and rolling back down, okay? So now we are up to our fullest range of motion without arching the back or popping the chest and ribs up. We really wanna squeeze the glutes. We've got a nice flat line from armpits, hips to knees, and we're gonna roll it all the way back down. Nice and slow, moving through those points or those buttons. Peeling it back up, bringing it to the top this time. We're gonna reach our arms back and overhead, and then I really want to push away. So this is kind of inspired by the reformer, a semicircle, like you're reaching long through those shoulder pads and then down through the spine. Melting, melting, melting as you keep length, pull those ribs in, rolling, hit those points. Ooh, my lower back's always the tricky part for me. And then relax those arms. Again, peeling off the bottom to the tailbone, to the sacrum, to the waistband, to the lower back, to the low ribs, to the mid back, to the upper back, to your sports bra band, to your shoulder blades. Reach through those arms, send energy back, and feel the length. Feel the length. Reach through the tailbone, reach through those arms, and stretch and lengthen and reach and roll, roll, roll all the way down, and tuck your knees to your chest. Beautiful. Let's just start to rock and roll up and down your spine here, moving back and forth, and we'll make our way up on this one. Feet are just gonna lightly touch the floor. We're gonna do this little nice sacrum release as we do some sits bone marching. So you're gonna inch your sits bones forward 4 steps, and then back 4 steps. And going back is always so much harder than going forward. You really have to think about it. Now scoop those abs in, float your legs up. We're gonna rock and roll 1 time. Feet go light. We're gonna march forward 4, 3, 2, 1. Back 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoop the tummy, roll the spine back, nice and fluid. 1 more time, marching 4, 3, 2, 1, back 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding here. Arms are starting to reach. Actually, let's keep those hands behind our knees so we can use that as assistance if we need to. So you're gonna start to, again, just like we did in our recline position, we're rolling back towards our tailbone, off of our back pockets, and then we are coming up. Now we're going back towards our tailbone and sacrum, and we're gonna hold that lower back scoop, really trying to open up the lumbar spine and coming back up. Making these little holds here, back to the tailbone, to the sacrum, working in to that waistband, down to the mat, pause, and slowly coming back up. That pause down there is tough, making your way through again. This time we're gonna connect that lumbar spine to the mat, make it press in, hold it, and slowly make your way back up. So now you see why I wanted to keep our hands behind our knees if we need that assistance. So now we are going down towards those lower ribs. Oh, get that lumbar in first. And there's the lower rib connection. We hold it, and we slowly come all the way back up. Now those arms are going to reach forward, and we're gonna roll through it. Keeping those knees bent through a bent knee roll back. Let's reach the arms because that feels good. Now we wanna try to maintain that control as we roll it all the way back up. Let's take it down 2 more with the knees bent. Now remember, this is an option to stay right here. After this one, we have the opportunity to extend our legs into our full roll-up variation. So that is gonna look like this. Legs are straight, really round forward, nose to knees, rolling back here, melting into that reach back, coming all the way back up. Again, you've got the option to bend those knees if you need to. Last two, wherever you're at. Again, control is the key, and really working through that spinal articulation that we've really been building on. That is really going to help us with this exercise here. We come on up. Now, if your knees were bent, go ahead and straighten them here because we want to come into a nice stretch. We're going to round all the way forward. You're going to reach for your shins, your ankles, or you grab around your toes, and wherever you're grabbing, you're going to try to pull up. The best way to think about this is try to pull your rib cage off of your hip bones, creating as much length between the vertebrae as possible. Go ahead and slowly release out of that. And we are going to make our way down slowly again for a nice tick-tock stretch. Hands are just going to go gently off to our side, and then swing your right leg up towards the sky. We're just going to start to cross the right leg over to the left, and then slightly off to the right. Over to the left a little bigger the second time through, and a little bit further off to the right. Now again, we've got two more of these, each one going a little bit bigger. One more time, left and right. Now this next one, you're gonna take it all the way over to the left. Oh my gosh, and just hold that nice spinal rotation. Now go ahead and take your right arm all the way over. Bring the hands together. Oh, could take a nap, couldn't we? And then let's open it all the way back up. Anchor those shoulder blades down, pull your right leg back up through center, and then one final stretch all the way off to the right side to really open up that inner thigh, and we bring it back to center and switching legs. Left leg pulls up here nice and long. I'm gonna do a gentle sway to the right and then to the left. Oh my goodness, really feeling this in the IT band, into the hamstrings. Everything is connected, a little bit bigger each time, so the more we can even loosen up the backs of the legs. So crucial for the backs of the legs, those hamstrings to be loose, for our lower back to loosen up. Really feel that stiffness coming out of our entire body today. Now take it all the way over to the right. Hold it for a moment. Ooh, definitely my tighter side. Holy smokes. Let's come over. Gently pressing the palms together there and opening back up into that nice big chest expansion. Press those palms and shoulder blades into the mat. We pull the left leg back up to center, and then we let that left leg go off to the left. I like to do just a gentle grab on the inner thigh just to get a little bit more, and we're gonna come back to center here. Go ahead and take both legs straight up towards the ceiling now. Hands are pushing the mat away. We are gonna move into a bump up here. We wanna get our legs as straight as possible, but if this starts to pull in those hip flexors, just go ahead and bend your knees. You can get the same movement with bent knees here. We're gonna start to poke our toes, lifting our hips straight up. This is where the movement is going to initiate from. So it's really small. Exhale as you do a little bump up. Again, trying to take out momentum. Now keep that movement and take it all the way over into a rollover. Open your feet behind you, your toes are pointed, and you're trying to stay as folded up as possible as you slowly melt the spine back into the mat, swooping your legs back together. Initiate that lift up from where we worked those bump ups just moments ago. We open and roll the spine down. Keep reaching through the toes, keep reaching through the tail. One more time, and then we're gonna do a little change up with it. Opening and rolling through. Now let's flex the feet, and we're gonna open them to start the rollover. And bring it together behind you. You may or may not get those feet to the floor, but that's the goal. Open and lift, zip together, and reach through those heels. Woo, so much stretch here through the entire back line of the body. It feels absolutely amazing. Rolling all the way down here. Tuck your knees into your chest, grab onto your shins. We're gonna lift our head and we're gonna begin to rock and roll again, up and down your spine. We had our hands behind our knees in the previous variation. And now those hands on your shins are forcing you to tuck in a little bit tighter, keeping your head down, keeping that spine in the shape of the capital letter C. Now check in with your shoulders. Keep them nice and relaxed to your sides. Elbows down. Let's go 3 more. And 2. Last one. And exhaling to the top. Set your feet down. If you need to make any adjustments here, we are going to move into an abdominal work now. Left leg staying extended out. Right knee is pulling to your chest for a single leg pull. Slowly begin to roll the spine back here. Hugging those knees, the right knee in. Big squeeze. 1, 2, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull a little quicker. Pick up the pace. Pull, pull, change. Pull, pull, change. Pull, pull, change. Here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now right into double leg stretch. Both knees come in. Arms and legs open up and exhale, squeeze back in. Inhale to open and exhale, pull it right back in. Try to hit your hollow body without that lower back coming off the mat. Keep it firmly pressed in. One more time. Open, we hold. Move to scissors. Grab the back of one leg, avoiding the knee. Feel that big hamstring stretch with a slow pull. Switch. Slow pull. Switch. Slow pull. Switch. Slow pull for 2. Now pick it up. Pull, pull, change. Pull, pull, change. Keep it moving. Scissors. And even faster. Pull, pull, change. Pull, pull, change. You got it. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up. Hold them together. Let's take those hands behind your head for support. We haven't dropped back. We are lifting even more as the legs go down and lift. Now again, check in with that lower back. We should not be arching. We should not be popping those ribs. Super glue your legs. Squeeze your booty. Your range of motion might be a lot smaller than this, and that is okay. You're working on the precision, the effectiveness of the movement. Last 3, a little quicker. 2, abs are burning. 1 more time. And knees to your chest. Beautiful job. Go ahead and rock it on up to your seat here. You're gonna go ahead and straddle your mat. So your feet are wider than your mat. Arms are gonna be straight out in front of you, nice and tall. We take a big breath in here. As you exhale, we're gonna round our spine. Pull your belly button back and really stretch your lumbar spine behind you. Keep those sits bones grounded down and then reach as far forward as you can. Inhale, take it up, stack the spine tall. Exhale again, rounding out into your capital letter C. Keep those feet flexed and stacking the spine back up nice and tall. Let's go 3 more. And last one. Reach through. Now grab onto your ankles. Bend your knees and inch your feet together. Make sure you've got enough length of your mat behind you here because we are gonna be going into open leg rocker. So find your balance on your seat. Now go ahead and open your feet. Again, it doesn't matter if you can't get your legs straight here. We want to open as far as we can. And now tuck the chin, tuck the tail, rock your spine back. You might get stuck as you rock up, and that's okay. Just roll with it back and forth. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Great job. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Up to the top. We hold. We bring the legs together. Bend the knees. Reach the arms. Slowly melt back. And now you're going to take your elbows behind you. Prop yourself up. And then if you need to inch them in a little bit and then pull your feet in. We want to feel like we're scooping and balancing on our tailbone here. We're just going to gently tuck the knees up now and sway over to the right and slightly over to the left. Let's do that one more time. Over to the right and over to the left. Now come back to center. Kick your left leg up without your knees separating and rock it over to the right and over to the left. Now you're going to switch. Right leg up. Keeping it going. Now back at center, both legs up, and we go for 2 straight legs each side. keeping the chest lifted, making sure that we're not dropping through those shoulders. Now we're gonna make full corkscrew here, down, around, and up, reverse it, down, around, and up, reverse it. One more each side. Ooh, these are firing up that lower belly connection, and back up. Knees tucked to your chest, rock up to your seat. Go ahead and straddle your mat here nice and wide. Again, I'm gonna turn towards you now so you can get a better view for our saws. Okay? In a nice wide seated straddle, arms are starting out to a T. We wanna feel our sits bones underneath us, and we're just gonna start this side to side hinging here. So it's super important that we're not rocking off our bottom. That's what's going to help get this nice lateral reach from our right to our left. Good. Now take your hands behind your head and go ahead and find that same hinge here, and then just notice how it's a little bit different with our hands behind our head. We're going to take it over to the right. We're going to hold. Now take it over into a side bend, stack it back up to center. Hinge over to the left, take it into a side bend, and bring it back up to center. Now hinge over to the right, side bend, send it out long as you lift. Okay? This one is a little bit tricky. Side or hinge first. See, I even get a little confused. So over to the left with that side bend. Over and down. Now feel that length out to come up. Okay, let's try one more time. So we hinge, find the side bend, stretch out long to come up. Hinge, bend, reach out long to come up. Beautiful job here, okay? We're gonna add a little rotation now. Exhale as you twist to your right and back to center. Exhale, we twist to the left and back to center. Keep those lower tummy muscles connected. Now go ahead and take that twist towards your left. Now add your side bend down. Same elbow, same knee. And then we come back up. So you're angled towards your opposite leg, and now you're gonna bow your chin to your chest and almost imagine that you're gonna touch your forehead towards that knee. Now, really important that that opposite hip doesn't come off the mat here, and we stack it back up. We take that slight hinge to the other side. We first find that side bend. So you're anchoring down through the opposite hip, and we come up nice and tall, and now side or forward bend over. And back up. This one always feels so good, but it is a little tricky as well. So slightly hinge to your left, side bend to your right first, elbow to knee, coming up on the inhale. Now round into that forward flexion of the spine, keeping those hips rooted. Inhale, coming up, slightly rotate to your right, side bend left, come back up tall. Now forward bend to your right knee. And lifting up nice and tall. Now we're gonna take it into our full saw. Arms to a T, twist to your left, reach outside the left pinky toe, send the left hand behind you in the cross, and come on up. Rotating tall, pull those abs in, reach and anchor. You might notice one side is a little bit harder to exhale all the breath out into that reach. Again, one more each side, making it your furthest and your most rooted down reach. Exhale, and we come up nice and tall. Ooh, relax your arms down here. We are gonna move to our belly here, coming in to our swan position. Well, go ahead and make your way down to your tummy. Your hands are gonna come in, fingertips are slightly pointed towards each other, and then elbows are slightly out wide off the edge of your mat here. Head is down, feet about hip width distance apart. These are gonna start small, so you're just gonna gently inhale, come up, and then spin those elbows in. So you're pressing up onto your elbows and your forearms. You're pushing down, you feel your shoulders retracting away from your ears. Your chest is really lifting, your pubic bone is heavy to the mat. Go ahead and swing those elbows out and then roll it back down. Inhale, coming up. Lifting, really feeling that downward energy through the shoulders and that upward energy through the crown of the head, and elbows go out and down. One more here, coming in and up, lifting, and exhale, rolling away. Now you're gonna press it up a little bit further. So as you come in, those elbows are gonna come off the mat, keep a slight micro bend, and then swing those elbows out to the side. And then just gently increasing that range of motion with each lift. And back down. Last one, come up to your highest point, and we are going to hold here. Lift the chin, open the chest, turn your head to your right shoulder, do a nice neck roll over to the left shoulder, and lift back to center, nice and long and extended. Now turn to your left, tuck the chin down and look over to the right. Meet me back at center, and then slowly make your way down to your belly. We're gonna come on up here, back to your elbows and your forearms. Legs are gonna inch together, push down for a single leg kick. Pump your right heel to your seat and left foot. Try to go 2 kicks in, 2 kicks in. Really feel those hamstrings pumping. Heel to the seat. 4, 3, make sure you're not dropping through those shoulders. 2 and 1. Make your way all the way down to your belly. Turn your head so your right ear's on the mat, and now clasp for opposite hands underneath you. Double leg kick now. Pump it. 3, 2, 1. Press down through the feet. Big lift. Stretch those arms behind you. Now look over the other shoulder and release it. Pump. 3, 2, 1. Big stretch. Open to extension. Look over and release it. 2 more. 3, 2, 1 with that double kick. Inhale up, over, and down. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Big lift. Open, look, and release it. Let's take the hands down. Press ourselves up and back for a nice counter stretch here. So that was a lot of extension work. Arms are reaching out, tail is curling down, and we just hold. And see, I'm doing a little gentle hip rocking here. That feels good for you. You can do that as well. You might even walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Gently press your hips towards your left side. And again, walking over to the other side, reaching the hips towards the right. We will move our hands back through center. Rise up and let's swing our legs back around to the front of our mat as we move into our neck rolls. Feet are about hip width distance apart. We're in a seated position. Arms are going to reach all the way forward. Head is bowing down, nose towards your knees. Now take your hands behind your head, lift your head into your hand, and stack your spine up nice and tall. Now meet me in a nice hinge back, going as flat as you can. And now let's tuck the tail and articulate, rolling, rolling, rolling down as slowly as we can. Hands release to your sides. Tuck your chin back to your chest. And again, it's all about the spinal articulation and control as we come up into that big forward stretch. Hands go back behind your head and you return to a stacked spine. Hinging back, tucking the tail under, and melt down in through the roll. Arms reach forward, tuck the chin, and exhale back up to the top. Inhale, those hands go back as we stack up. Exhale into the hinge. Inhale into the roll. Hands to your sides and exhale all the way back up to the top. One more time. Hands go back. Inhale, stacking tall. Exhale, find the hinge. Inhale to the roll. And exhale, hands to your sides. Moving into full corkscrew. Legs are going to lift up. We're going to take it up and over like we did for our rollovers. Initiating the movement from the lower abdomen. Now jet the legs up towards the ceiling and roll just a little bit heavier down the left side of your spine so those legs are slightly angled to the left so we can circle those legs. Now for a full corkscrew, we did it earlier on our forearms and elbows. Now you're rolling a little bit heavier down the right side of the spine. Make sure those hips aren't twisting. So it's just that little bit of oblique activation as we roll and we melt. We keep the arms long and extended. One more time, lift over, roll down the right side. We swoop it around and up last time to roll down the center of the spine and lower the legs nice and long to rock up to your seat. Woo. Legs are stayed super glued together. Arms are out to a nice strong T here. Deep breath in. We are going to exhale, twist to your right. 1, 2. Exhaling twice to the left. 1, 2. Really push the breath out there. Tall. Tall. 2 more. Each side. Last one right. Last one left. Center, hold, hands come down. Beautiful job. Okay, we didn't do our crisscross rotation in our core work, so we are gonna find a variation here. I'm gonna show you modification first and then show you the advanced movement. So meet me down in a nice side plank here. Knees stacked underneath hip, hand underneath shoulder. Your top hand is gonna go behind your head. Taking a deep breath in here. On your exhale, you're gonna crunch in as if you're bringing your top elbow towards your bottom knee, but we don't wanna bend our planted arm. So it's really opening up our back with this nice rotation. Now we're opening up our chest as we take it back on the inhale. Exhale, crunching in and rotating. The hard part is not letting that bottom elbow bend. Inhale as we open. Now you can stay right here on the bottom knee. Otherwise, we can take it up into a full side plank here. And it's gonna be your bottom knee that actually tucks in as you crunch. Exhale, send that bottom leg back now and really open up the chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, tucking in. Inhale, opening up. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, now rotate to your high plank position. Give me a nice strong hold here. And then we're gonna rotate over to the other side. And I'm just gonna switch and turn around while you can just spin your way around and listen versus taking the camera around to adjust it here. So again, you're gonna rotate. Think about trying to getting top elbow to bottom knee without bending. And now we open up the chest here. Exhale, tucking down. So this is that modification, or going into that full side plank now, tucking top elbow and bottom knee together, and then kick that bottom leg out and really rotate open. Exhale wherever you're at. We've got two more. Inhaling to open, and last one, exhale, and inhaling to open. Now maneuver your way back to your high plank position. Super strong here. Nice and long. Feel your wrists and your toes pulling together. Make sure the crease of your elbow is pointed forward as we move into our Pilates push-ups. Elbows come down to the ribs and exhale, pushing back up. Try not to sag into those hips or drop through your pelvis. Strong through your core. One more. And exhale, back up. Now slowly lower all the way down, all the way down, all the way down with control. Beautiful job. You're gonna keep your right hand underneath your shoulder. Bend your left knee, reach your left hand back for your left foot, and then you're gonna kick your foot into your hand and do a gentle single supported bow stretch here. Really opening up into extension. Go ahead and release that side now. Take the right hand into the right foot. We're gonna lift and open and kick the foot into the hand, and then lowering down. Now go ahead and grab both feet. You're more than welcome to stay in single leg as we lift both feet into the hands. You can stay right here, or you can work towards a gentle rock. Breathing through it for 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and release. Hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes. Press your way up and through into a downward facing dog stretch here. Walk your feet forward to your hands. We're gonna take a seat. We didn't do our teasers, and if you know me, you know teaser is my favorite Pilates exercise, so we are gonna do a little bit more core strength-based teaser versus spinal articulation teaser to really kind of get those abs fired up for this last little bit. While arms are reaching forward, we're scooped back. Our left leg is gonna come out. You're gonna kind of hinge back more than articulate. As you hinge, that left leg is coming long. As you come up, we tuck it in for 3. Inhale, exhale, tuck it in for 2. Last one, exhale, tuck it in, switch. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, lift, tuck it in. 2 more. And try to avoid the hoisting as much as we can. Tuck it in. Now both legs. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck it in. We are doing 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one to the top. Knees bend wide. Hands go through the legs here. This is our seal stretch, okay? Scoop those tummy muscles in. Tuck your chin slightly. We want to get our spine nice and round. So again, we can go for one more rock and rolling exercise here, making sure that our tail is rolling back. We did so much of that spinal articulation. Our lower back should feel so limber right now. We've got 2 more. Last one. And exhale. Great job, everybody. Meet me in kneeling position, knees underneath hips, Shoulders stacked over hips, palms are facing back, belly zipped up, nice and tall through our chest. Now take a breath in to press the palms behind you. Turn your head to your left, turn your head to your right, bring it back to center, and then exhale. Let's raise those arms all the way up to the ceiling. Let's do that again. Inhale for our chest expansion. We look right, left, center, and exhale. Bring it all the way up. Inhale, press back, look left, right, center, exhale, all the way up. One more time, press it back, turning right, left, center, exhale all the way up. Go ahead and grab hold of your left wrist now here with your right hand. You're gonna side bend over to your right. Now drop your hips down for a little kneeling mermaid stretch there. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Doing your best to really pull that arm back so that arm is not dropping in front of your face. I know this is a huge stretch into the shoulders as well. And then coming back up with that nice lateral spinal flexion, dropping over to the right as you side bend to the left. Inhale, coming back up. We'll do it one more time each side. Exhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Bring it all the way up on the inhale and exhale. Take your hands to your sides. Just take a moment to kind of sway your hips, reach down, move around. How does your body feel? This is like one of my absolute favorite classes. Chronic back pain, if you know my story, started when I was about 12. I was a gymnast, and going through my adult years, getting a corporate job, I could not even sit at a desk when I was in my early 20s for my full workday because I had such chronic lower back pain, and that's ultimately what led me to Pilates and to share my passion with you. We should not feel that kind of pain in our bodies ever, so I want everybody to always feel good, move well, breathe well, and take Pilates into your life. It's such a lifestyle change. I hope it can change your life just as much as it has changed mine. I will see you in the next workout. Hit that subscribe button, like, and don't forget to leave a comment.